It's Ash Wednesday. It's our 2-month anniversary back on this platform. I am so excited. I'm so glad you're here. Q&A is coming up, so grab a snack and come on back. Hi, my friend. We made it to 2 months of consecutive, committed, consistent posting every single day, anywhere from 1 to 2 to 3 videos to shorts, community tab. We have made it here. We have made it here. I'm not sure. Let's see. We gotta go. I gotta check something out. So let's see here. I think we're still holding right now. We're at, where are we right now? Because I try not to look at this. 117 subscribers, so thank you. In 2 months. When I came back on January 5th, I only had 6 subscribers. Now we have 117. We have gained 101 subscribers in 2 months. I think that's fabulous, don't you? I think that's miraculous. And that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to build this thing slowly. I'm not trying to do the niches and the trending and the this and the that. I mean, I have some little silly things that I post to try and get some attraction, which has not worked. Has not worked at all. You know, but over time, those videos may become evergreen videos. You never know. People may watch them over time and they'll just keep building and building. You know, never delete anything off of your YouTube either, by the way, especially if you're an emergent contube. That's a nice word. Emergent contube creator. If you're an emergent content creator, you know, you want to keep those things. You want to go back and see, you know, what you did your very first video till now and how much you've changed and evolved. We have changed so much here. I have changed so much from that first video on January 5th, episode 1, till now, episode 85. Yes, I'm so excited. I am so happy. I'm so happy. So, you know, let's get into our Q&A. Let's get into it. So the first question, I didn't get that many questions. I was surprised. But I guess, you know, people, and maybe I missed some. So if you don't hear your question, I may have missed it, because if you put it in the comments, maybe I missed it for some reason. I try to answer everybody's comment, and I took screenshots of all the questions that I got. So if I did not answer a question that you put down below in the comments, please, by all means, you can email me a question at leximilner1111@gmail.com, or you can just, you know, put it down here in the comments, and I will see it. I will get to it. I promise. So this question is from Christian Louise at Kristen Louise Tarot. And she says, if you could give your 10-year-old self advice, what wisdom would you give her? I thought that was a fabulous question. And I was thinking about it, and my one answer, which is a typical answer, I'm sure, is to enjoy being 10 years old, to enjoy that time. I was in 5th grade at Catholic school, St. Mary's Catholic School on St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands. And my teacher was Mrs. Murray. I loved Mrs. Murray so much. She was amazing. She was from St. Lucia, I believe, Mrs. Murray. And we used to go to her house. She became really good friends with my mom, and we would go to her house. I would go to her house for like tutoring and things on the weekend and stuff. And I loved her so much. I don't even know, you know, what has become of her. If she's still living on St. Croix, or has she moved? Is she still married to her husband? Are they still living? You know, I don't know. But Mrs. Patricia Murray, she was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I would just say, you know, at 10, it was double digits. And I turned 10 right before 5th grade, because my birthday is August. So my birthday is always right before school starts. So my birthday is August 9th. And 10 years old, you know, that was 50 years ago. 50 years ago. Oh, you know what? I had a prop that I should have brought to this video. Oh my goodness. I forgot. I have a prop of something that I made when I was 10. You know what? I'm going to get it. I'm going to go get that. Okay. Kristen Louise just sparked something, in me. And I remembered this prop. Well, it's not a prop, but it's mine. I made it. And it's a plate. And it's a plate that I made. You see down here it says, 10 years old. This is me. It says Alexis, 1974. And it says to mommy. And it's got the palm trees and flowers. This is a little basket. Everybody's like, is that a flying saucer? No. These are little baskets because every Sunday, my mom had this beautiful wicker basket. And we would go to the beach every Sunday. She would fry chicken. And we would go to the beach and have fried chicken. And it says love you, L-U-V, love you. And I just wanted to show this to you guys. I made this when I was 10. That time is so special to me. This is so special to me. Thank you, Kristen Louise, for reminding me. It's so special. It was a special time in my life. 10 years old. Me and my mommy, against the world, the two of us. And, I love that time. I cherish that time in my life. And what I would tell that little girl who had gone through some things, before I turned 10, and this is like a story time, not really to bring the mood down here or anything like that. And if you don't know, I'm sorry. If you don't know and you're new here, my name is Alexis. This is Yappy. Yappy is my support Chihuahua here on YouTube. And my friends here call me Lexi. And my family call me Lex, who none of them are here. None of them are here. And I am also Sexi Lexi, and that's sexy with an I. Thanks to Early Ritual, Tom. And thanks to Althea Grace, Miss Soul Whisperer, and the beautiful Ange, Roots and Waves. And I am also Luscious Lexi, thanks to Heather and Indigo Jaguar. So those are the names, that I go by, that I answer to. And I thank you for being here. And my friends, my real ones, you've been here with me. We've been here for 2 months. I'm so grateful to you. 117, and just we're right. We're going. We're gonna just keep moving this thing on up. Moving this thing on up. 500 is coming soon. I feel it. And then 1,000, and then the sky's the limit from there. But Kristen Louise, you really, you just, oh my goodness, brought back so many things. But as to finish the question, if you're just tuning in, Kristen Louise asked, this is a Q&A for my 2nd anniversary here. I came back to YouTube after having my channel for 14 years. I came back to YouTube on January 5th, 2025, and today is March 5th, 2025, and it is my 2-month anniversary here on this platform, posting consistently. I've posted every single day for the last 2 months, and I will continue for the next 4 months. Every single day you will get a video from Lexi, But Kristen Louise asked, I'm going to repeat the question. If you could give your 10-year-old self advice, what wisdom would you give her? And the wisdom I would give her is to stay this girl who loved drawing. I loved art, and drawing palm trees was my thing. I loved palm trees. And growing up in the tropics, where we lived, we had a big palm tree in our yard at my uncle's house, and then we moved to our own house. We didn't have a palm tree anymore. We had other trees there. We had an almond tree. We had frangipani tree. We had different trees, but the palm trees have always had my heart. I love coconut. Coconut is one of my favorite things. And palm trees are just everything. And when I was that age, I would travel back and forth because my mother and father were separated. So I would travel back and forth from St. Croix to New York, where my father lived, and to New York City. I was born in the Bronx in New York, so I am a New York girl, but I'm also a Crucian Virgin Islands young lady too. And I am Crucian through and through. I was not born there, but it is my home, and it is where I was raised. It's where I graduated high school. It's where I made some of the lasting friendships of my life. And so that is my home for all intents and purposes. That is where I am from. When anybody asks me where I'm from, I do say I was born in the Bronx, but I'm from the Virgin Islands. That's what I always say. I'm from St. Croix, which is the biggest of the 3 U.S. Virgin Islands. It's St. Thomas, St. Croix, and St. John. So there's a little lesson for you there. But I would say to my 10-year-old self to enjoy being 10, because life is going to come at you hard. And what I started to say is, prior to me turning 10, it was a little bit of a rough time. I was molested by a family friend, my mother's best friend's husband at the time. And it was very traumatic for me. That was a traumatic experience. And I had kind of blocked that out until when the Me Too movement happened. It just sparked that in me, and it just all came to the forefront. And that person was still friends with my mother and still coming to this apartment where I'm living in right now. They are now deceased. They died a year after my mother passed. And so, yeah, that was a rough time. That was a rough time. And so, but my mother believed me when I told her, and she stood with me. But the only thing that she didn't do in that moment was to not be friends with this person anymore. And that is something that she and I talked about before she got sick and before she passed. And she finally understood where I was coming from and apologized to me. But it didn't stop from this person coming here. This person came here, right? And my mother wouldn't come out to the living room to sit. She knew my feelings around this person. She would not come to the living room. She left me out there by myself to sit with this person. That's a whole nother video. I'm going to go through that. But yeah, that was traumatic. That just brought so many things up for me again at 50-something years old. Yeah. Yeah. So at 10, I had kind of blocked that out at 10. I was living my 10-year-old life, and I was so happy. I loved school, I loved 5th grade, being a 5th grader, and being 10, double digits, What child is, when you turn 10, it's like, woo, I'm 10, double digits, and then your next thing is, I'm going to be 13, and then I'm going to be 16, I'm going to get my license, all those things, that I don't think kids today think about. Kids today don't even drive. Like my daughter's 27, she doesn't have a license because they can get an Uber, or she can have me drive her. She can get an Uber. They're not into that. But when I was growing up, that was the big thing. You had your milestones. When you turned 7, that was everything. 7 is magical. It's magical. Lucky 7, it's magical. And then you turn 10, and it's like, wow, now I'm double digits. I'm no longer a single digit. I'm double digits now. And then you turn 13, and it just opens up the whole world because you're a teenager. And those milestones and those times meant so much to me. So I would tell her, don't rush Lex. I was not Lexi at that time. I was Lex. And I would say, don't rush it, Lex, to enjoy this time, because life is going to come at you hard. You're going to be an adult before you know it, with responsibilities, and a child of your own. And in that sandwich generation where I was taking care of my senior mother and taking care of my baby, and then I was in the middle, and yeah, a lot transpired from 10 to 60, so much. So I would say take that time to enjoy, to learn, continue to be a sponge and just learn things and experience life and, fun, just have fun. So that's what I would say. Christian Louise, I love that question. Thank you so much. This just brought me all the way down, Kristen Louise. Okay, and now, so let's go to our next question. Next question is from the beautiful Marie at the Mindful Butterfly 1976. Marie lives in Spain. She is also an emerging content creator, and she has the most beautiful videos. I need to know, Marie. I need lessons on that. The beautiful videos, the stock footage, the gorgeous everything. I mean, her her mantras and her affirmations, and you really have to check her out. She'll be listed down below, as well as Kristen Louise Tarot. Kristen Louise is a beautiful tarot reader, and if you're into that, go check her out. She'll be down below as well. So Marie asked 4 questions, and the first question is, if you won the lottery, how would your life change? I love that question. And my life would change just, oh my God, everything would change. First of all, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be in this dark little corner. And I don't have sunlight coming through. We're having a rainstorm right now. It's raining cats and dogs out right now, and it's windy, tornado warnings and everything. So I have my blinds closed. My window has a crack in it, although I don't think any water has come in. It's a double pane window, so there's a crack, but if I put my hand up to it, it's just glass. That crack and that piece of window that's hanging off is on the outside. So, I don't have sunlight coming in this morning, but I definitely would not be here, and I would not be in North Carolina. North Carolina, I've lived here in Charlotte for 23 years. This year is my 23rd year. I moved here in October of 2002. Zoe was 4.5 years old, and my mother and I moved here. I was 38, and I believe, let's see, I was 38. I think my mom was 70 when we moved here. I think my mom was 70. And so, we moved here because my mom wanted to be closer to her godson and his family and everything, and he had requested that we move here. And we lived in Phoenix, Arizona, and she wanted to be closer to family, which was all in New York, and we knew that we weren't going back to New York because we just couldn't afford it at that time, 23 years ago, never mind today. So we ended up here, and North Carolina, I was able to get 2 degrees while being here, but working here has never been good for me. I've never financially been able to make it here. And so that, has caused a lot of issues. And so I would not stay here for sure. North Carolina, I would be gone. If I win the lottery, I'm out of here. And I would love to move to Europe. I would love to move to probably London. I would love to live in London, or maybe even in Denmark. Those are 2 places that I'm considering. Like if we had the money to leave the U.S. today, I would be on the first thing smoking. These next 4 years, I don't want to be here, period. So I would be on the first thing smoking, and I would most likely go to London or probably Denmark. Those are 2 of the places that I think I would like to be, and then be able to visit all the places where my mother was. My mother was in London. My mother was in Cannes, France. My mother was in Paris. My mother was in so many places that I have not been to. The only European country that I've been to is Germany. I haven't been to any place else. So I want to be able to, go and see all the countries. So that's why I would move to London. I would live in some place where I could see out. I want to be in a high-rise, wall-to-ceiling windows. And I want to be able to see the Thames River and see everything there, and, just be able to go and flitz around and go to Chelsea and all the different places and go shopping and eat and just do everything. So yeah, London, and go to the West End and see all the shows. So that's where I would be. And so that's what I would do if I won the lottery. And Bora Bora is my first stop. After going home to St. Croix to lay my mother's ashes, Bora Bora is my first stop. Tahiti and Bora Bora, they go hand in hand. You have to go through Tahiti to get to Bora Bora. So those are my first stops. And then the sky's the limit from there. And once I do a bunch of traveling, hopefully Zoe will be with me, and my beautiful Nancy will be with me, and we will do traveling, and then I will settle. And I will settle either in London or Denmark. So that's what would happen if I won the lottery. And then the second part of that would be also to give back to the collective, to my community. There's so many things I want to do, so many businesses and things I want to start to be able to aid people who are in need. Because when I was in need, I lost my job and I wasn't working for 4 years. It was such a struggle for us. And the things that I needed, my dog died during that time because I didn't have the money to really have him seen at the vet when he got really sickly and things like that. So these are things that I want to do. Like I want a truck. It's going to be Tego's truck. And Tego was my little French bulldog, Tego. And if you know, if you're one of my friends that's been here, you know. But if you're new, you don't know. My daughter is also Tego, and hers is spelled Taygeaux. That is her name on all of her platforms. But her name is Zoe. And so Tego, I would do that truck in honor of Tego to bring services to people who have animals, like to the homeless people who have animals and don't have money, to make sure that their animals get shots, have food, get baths, all kinds of things. That is one thing that I want to do. And I want a big, huge, like big camper, or big RV, and I want to make that into services for pets. So that's one thing. I also want to start have a place where women can go who are trying to go back to school, single mothers who need clothes for job interviews and who need cars to get around. I want to do a service like that, who need help with resumes, who need phones, cell phones to contact for jobs and different things, computers. That's something that I want to do. So these are all little things that I want to do. So that was an excellent question. And if we won the lottery, that's what I would do. And you would be right along with me. The next question that the beautiful Marie asked is, if I go back to when Zoe was a child, which moment would it be? And immediately I thought of the moment that I thought of. There are so many moments. Okay, but for the purpose of this video, to not have it be 2 hours long, I'm just going to keep it to one. And that would be when Zoe was 1. When Zoe was 1, almost 1.5, we took a trip, she and I, we flew to Las Vegas. It was not her first time on a plane, but it was her first time as a 1-year-old being able to, notice things and have a voice. And we took a plane to Vegas, and the seating that we had, we were in the front row seating right behind first class. And there was nobody in the seat but Zoe and I. And everybody loved her. She got her little wings and everything. And she just sat there. And I know with her eyes, big eyes of wonderment, like, what are all these people doing in my mommy's car? You know what I mean? That's the mind of a 1-year-old, And we went to see her godmother who was visiting Vegas. And we lived in Phoenix at the time. Zoe was born in Phoenix in 1998. And we went to Vegas so Zoe can see her godmother. And we had such a beautiful time. And if I can find a picture from that, I'm going to put it up here. And it was just lovely. It was beautiful. And yeah, so that is a time that I cherish. That's a core memory for me. Zoe, of course, does not remember that at all, but it's a core memory for me. Core memory. And what for you was nostalgic about the 80s? Well, the one thing, I graduated high school in the 80s, 1982, which is the year my beautiful Ange and beautiful Alana were born. Like, oh my God. Which is the same as Nancy and I. Nancy was born the year, Nancy graduated high school the year I was born. So I graduated high school the year Ange and Alana were born. It's like wow. We're all so connected, this collective. We were all meant to be here and be together. I know that. But I had to take some things, the 80s hits essentials on Apple Music. I had to pull that up because my most nostalgic thing about the 80s is the music, of course. The clothes and the music. And of course, I was in my Madonna era, like a virgin baby. I loved Madonna. I had all the Madonna everything. I was living in New York then. I had left St. Croix and gone back to New York to start school, to go to college. And Madonna was everything. Madonna was New York. Madonna was everything. And, Bobby Brown, Michael Prerogative, Let's Go Crazy, Prince, Paisley Park. Oh my God, Prince and the Revolution? Yes. And my favorite of all time of the 80s was Billie Jean. Michael Jackson. I'm a Michael Jackson stan. Michael Jackson is everything. During that time, 1982, I had everything Michael Jackson. Every magazine he came on, when Thriller came out, he was winning all the awards. He was with Brooke Shields. There was so much going on. Little Webster, everything. Emmanuel Lewis. There was so much going on. I'm a Michael Jackson everything. You know, everything Michael Jackson. But, you know, I just love that time. Careless Whisper, George Michael. You know what I mean? Daryl Hall and John Oates. That is the soundtrack to my life. Daryl Hall and John Oates. I love Hall and Oates. I love Hall and Oates. I can't go for that. I just love that song. No can do. I can't go for that. No can do. I love it. I love it so much. And Jesse's Girl. Jesse's Girl. Oh, I just love it. Everything here. Guns N' Roses. Sweet Child of Mine. Yes, Lexi knows all the music, baby. Lexi knows everything. Lexi is all-knowing. I love all genres of music. The only genre of music that I don't really get into as much is country music, but there are some country songs and artists that I love. I love Kelsey Ballerini. Love her. I love Carrie Underwood. You know, I love a lot of the old school, you know, Freddie Fender, you know, the old school, Dolly Parton, Tammy Wynette, Crystal Gale. You know, although I do like some country. You know, it's, you know, in little spurts. But yeah, so I just, you know, I was going over some of the music. Tainted Love. Tainted Love. Ooh, tainted love. Touch me, baby, tainted love. Love it. Ah! Love it. Oh, man, it's Our House. Love that. Oh, Air Supply. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. Love Air Supply. Oh! Bonnie Tyler, A Total Eclipse of the Heart. Love it all. Weird Science. Do. I love that movie. Love that. Oh, Grover Washington with Bill Withers. Just the two of us. Love that. Oh, Kim Carnes. Betty Davis Eyes. Love it. Marie, you done started something. You done started something, Marie. Oh, Bow Wow Wow. I want candy. I want candy. Ah. Robert Palmer, Addicted to Love. Don't worry, Bobby McFerrin. I said that in one of my videos and I never did post it. Bobby McFerrin. I said Donnie McFerrin, but it's Bobby McFerrin. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I love it. I love it. Oh, my God. So, yeah. So, you know, Dead or Alive. You spin me right round, baby, round, round. Love that, too. So yeah, oh, In Excess. I loved In Excess. Oh, yeah, I loved In Excess. Can't play anything, of course, you know, because we don't want any copyright infringement here. But singing is okay. I can sing just a couple seconds of it. Just a couple seconds. Hopefully we won't get copyright. Hopefully we won't. So, let's see. Because if they could pick up my voice singing any of that, yeah, no. I'd put me off and sing. And the last question from Marie is, did you like school? I have to say, Marie, I have mixed feelings about school. There are different times in my life when I loved school and different times when I didn't like school. You know, where I would get that stomach ache in the morning. I'd be like, Mommy, I don't want to go to school today. I mean, and she would oblige me. She never questioned. She would oblige me. When I was in high school, that was a rough time for me when I lived in Chicago. I lived in Chicago for 4 years, from 8th grade until 11th grade. And that was a little rough for me. My living conditions there. I was living with my sister. My mother, I needed braces. And my mother didn't want me to have an island doctor, which was stupid to me because the island doctor went to a stateside college to get his medical degree in orthodontia or in medicine or whatever. We didn't have a medical school on the Virgin Islands. They had to go to the States to a good college to get that, to an accredited college. So I don't know why she thought that. You know what I mean? I really think, though, you know, she's not here to tell me, and I didn't really ask her. But I know she did tell me that. That's why she wanted me to move to the States. And I'm like, I really hated that because it took me away from all my friends on St. Croix. I missed a lot during those 4 years. I mean, of course, I was there every summer and holiday and everything, but I wasn't the same as being home in my bedroom and staying there. You know, it wasn't the same. And maybe she did it because of, you know, what had happened to me when I was 9 years old and that. And maybe, you know, she was still friends. So maybe subconsciously in her mind, she's like, let her just go and live her life someplace else. But it wasn't living with my mom. You know, I was a mommy's girl. And it wasn't with my mom. And it was with my older sister, who's 18 years, almost 19 years older than me. And it was miserable. You know, my sister has since apologized for that time. But I mean, she treated me like, I don't know what, like I was a criminal or something. And I was a young girl, and a very sweet young girl. I've never, ever been a problem child or anything like that. You know what I mean? And it was just rough for me. And when I think I can talk about it now, but the pain that I had from that time, talking about it, wells up in me and just makes me really cry and everything. It makes me upset. But now, you know, I'm evolved. I'm 60. I'm grown up, and I don't hold any ill will anymore. But that was a rough time for me. You know what I mean? So I did not like that time. I loved my friends that I met there, who I still have to this day. But as far as that goes, I didn't really care for school during that time. My grades were terrible, but when I went back home to St. Croix for my senior year, I went to the Manor School in Princess, which is no longer there anymore. My headmistress, Mrs. Gadd, she's since passed away, and her family no longer lives on St. Croix, and the school is gone now. But I mean, that year I just blossomed. I was on the honor roll. I was one of the most popular girls in my class, and we had a very small class. My senior class, I think, there was only 14 of us. And I just loved that year. I just blossomed. My grades were so good. I did marine biology that year with one of my teachers, Mrs. Landers. I wish I could find her. She was amazing. And she would take us to the beach. She lived right down the street from me, so we were neighbors. And she would take us to the beach, me and another student. I don't know if there was 2 or 3 of us. Me, Chandra, and maybe somebody else. And we would go to the different beaches on St. Croix, and we would go snorkeling and diving and everything, and to do marine biology and study the underwater life and everything. And I loved that so much. I loved that. So my senior year would have been my best year ever. And that was the year that I loved school the most, that I liked school the most. Thank you, Marie. Beautiful questions. And last but definitely not least are questions that I received from my buddy, Ange, my baby sister Ange, at Roots and Waves. And the first question is, if you could give a motivational and inspirational speech in front of a large crowd tomorrow, what would be the topic of your speech? What would it be about? What would the takeaway be? So this, Ange, I love Ange. Ange, let me tell you something. Ange is always there for me, period. Always there for me. And Ange comes through. Ange, the comments that Ange puts under all of my videos is just like mind-blowing. Her comments. My little responses don't even compare to the comments that she puts in each and every video. She breaks it down, she comes in, she writes her an answer to every single point and everything that I've said in my videos. And I love that because she's paying attention and she sees me. And that shows me that she sees me like I see her. And I just love that. You know what I mean? And, Marie does that as well. And so does Nancy. The comments that I get and just the validation that I'm doing the right thing in this space means so much coming from you. It means so much. And I adore you all so much. And I thank you, my beautiful friend. So the answer to this question is, if I was to speak in front of a large group tomorrow, I would give a Lexi talk, because, that's what I do. My Lexi talk, different from TED Talks, but we're Lexi Talks over here. And there are two subjects that I would like to speak about. One is boundaries, and I have my book right here, which I'm going to get. Also, I've got something new, too, that I posted earlier, which Ange has already commented on. But the Book of Boundaries by Melissa Urban. This book is like the Bible. Get it. You need it. You need this book, because we all need boundaries. I would definitely, my speech would be on this book, the Book of Boundaries, about the things in this book. And it would be about grief. It would be about grief. Losing my mother, being so close to my mother, her and I living together for the last 27 years before she passed. And together here in North Carolina for 19 years before she passed. And, that time is special to me. So, so special to me. And I would speak about the grief that I suffered when she lost. And how, grief is love with nowhere to go. And I have since released my guilt and everything with Ange and Elizabeth, the more intuitive me, during the Leo new moon. I released all of that. I released it. And so I feel so light, so light. I don't cry every day anymore, I mean, I cry on here. I cried earlier. But I don't cry like that anymore. And over my mom, I had a lot of guilt over her death because she was sick and I didn't know. I was in denial and I didn't know the symptoms of what she was going through. And she couldn't articulate it to me really well. And so I really beat myself up over that for almost 4 years, until the full moon, the new moon in Leo on Ange's channel, Ange and Elizabeth. And, Elizabeth took that. She put it in the fire and released me. I bawled my eyes out, of course, released me. And that is definitely what my Lexi Talk would be about. It would be about giving yourself grace. It would be about giving yourself grace. And when you're ready to release it, to release. And how my mother is right here. My ancestors are here. My spirit and guides are here. They're always with me. And they never leave me. And they're always here. And I learned from my beautiful sister, mi hermana Selena, Essence of the Moon. I learned from her that, I have free will and to talk to them every day. And I was always talking to them every day, but now it's different. It's different. So, Ange, I love that question. I hope I answered that well for you. I love that question. And the next question, Ange gave me 3 questions. And the next question is, do you have a spirit animal or an animal you really feel connected to on a soul level? And of course, you all already know. And I wish I had my little Leo here. I can't find Leo. When I do find Leo, we'll have to find a spot for Leo with Yappy. But Leo is my lion that is with me everywhere. And I have several lions, but Leo is one of my favorites. And a few of them I've lost in moving and everything. And Leo is like a pillow pet, but a mini pillow pet lion that I got in 1997 when I was pregnant with Zoe. And I got Leo. And Leo is 28 years old with me. I love Leo. Leo used to be in my bed, and I went to change things around, and I moved Leo, and I can't find Leo. I I don't know where I put Leo, so I have to find him. I'm on the hunt for Leo. But a lion, a lion is my spirit animal. I am a lion, I'm a lion, do, 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 do. That's a nice reggae song. I'm a lion. I am a lion. And the movie that coincides with this whole thing, which is not what Ange asked, but is Born Free. That is one of my most absolute favorite movies. It came out in 1966. If you have not seen Born Free, you need to see it. I was 2 when that movie came out. I love that movie. I bawled my eyes out in that movie. And it's about a lion, and a lioness who this family kind of adopts her, as a cub and everything, but in Africa. And, they leave and they come back. And she is with her lion, with her mate, and she has her cubs, but she remembers them. And it's just the love. It's just the love. Oh, I can cry thinking about it. The love. And so that is, that movie is everything. And I am a lion. I am a lion. That is my, who I connect with, the animal I connect with on a soul level is a lion. So yes. And the last question from my beautiful Ange, and the last question of the Q&A is, what is your favorite scent? Well, I have 2. Now, as far as perfumes and things go, there are several perfumes that I love. But the perfume that I love the most, if we're talking about perfume, is Fendi. I love Fendi. It reminds me of my mother. I love that scent. I love Fendi. And it has something, Fendi has a little bit of a smell to me, almost like the incense. If you're Catholic, and when you go to church and they do the incense, Fendi reminds me of that. I love that smell. I love that smell of it's like frankincense and myrrh and all that. That's not probably or any of the notes in Fendi. But I love Fendi, if we're talking about perfume. My next perfume, I have 3 perfumes that are on my top 3, but it has nothing to do with what my favorite scent is. We'll get to that. The next perfume is Lulu. It comes in a blue bottle. It's from Casual. I love that scent. It's sweet. It's beautiful. I love it. I love anything sweet. Anything sweet. I don't like clean scents. I cannot stand floral scents. And I don't like musk. But I like sweet. If it's a floral that's sweet, I'm okay with it. I cannot stand musk. I don't like musky scents. I don't like the way that, I don't like that on me. Not for me. So I'm a sweet. I love anything sweet. And my next perfume that I love is Isatis. I love Isatis. It's beautiful. And I'll list them all down below so you know what I'm talking about. As a matter of fact, let me make a note so I can list my Isatis, which Zoe bought me that for my birthday a couple years ago. She got me a little teeny bottle. Oh my God, I love it so much. I love that so much. I think Isatis, I want to say it's a Yves Saint Laurent, but I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure. And my Lulu and Fendi. So those would be my top perfumes. So if you were to send me a perfume, those would be the 3 that I would like. But as far as scents go, I love anything sweet, like I said. I love a sweet vanilla. Not all vanilla scents are created equal, but I love a sweet vanilla. And I love the EOS. It's vanilla cashmere. I love that scent. I love that. I love that so much. And there is a perfume that they have at Target. I'll list them down below. That is like a vanilla. And I love that. That's one of my faves as well. That's one of my faves. And you can get it at Target. I don't know if it's sold anyplace else, but definitely at Target. And I'm sure on Amazon as well. I'll try to find it there too. And the next scent that is my favorite is coconut. I grew up in the tropics with my palm trees. And I love coconut. Coconut is my absolute favorite scent of all time. I love coconut. And Victoria's Secret had a perfume that was coconut. That perfume is everything. And I got so many comments. Whenever I would wear that perfume, everybody would say, oh my God, what do you have on? I love that perfume. I don't even know the name of it. but I love it. I love it so much. And I'll see if I can find that too and list it. And you know me, you know I get to talk, and I am making notes, so hopefully I will get all this done before this video posts, and it'll be in the description. But if I don't, you know what to do. Comment down below and say, Lexi, where is the so-and-so, or what is the so-and-so? And I will make sure to go in and correct it and list it and comment. So make sure you do that. So yes, that's it for our second month anniversary Q&A. Woo, 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 woo! I hope you all enjoyed it. I thank you to Marie, Kristen, Louise, and my beautiful Ange for the questions. Thank you so, so much. And I don't think Nancy had a question. I can't remember, but if you did, Nancy, and I did not get it, please tell me what it is again so I could put it in the next video. I know Nancy did give me some suggestions as far as March things, you know, March Madness and all of that. And I went with motivational March for us here. So I hope this video motivates you, you know what I mean, to pick up your phone and film something. Leave it for somebody. You know what I mean? Leave it for somebody. I have to mention someone too. I have to make a mention of a woman who I just came across today, and her name is Just Keep Living. Her channel is just _ living, L-I-V-I-N, keep _ living, L-I-V-I-N. I was her number 6 subscriber. She has 5 subscribers. I believe she had YouTube before, and then she went away, and now she's back to YouTube, as I am. And she's documented her life and doing her bucket list travel and everything and putting that here. And she's doing what I'm doing, which is we are on this platform filming ourselves so that we have a memory and a time capsule and a footprint. You know what I mean? We're leaving a footprint here. And all the things and bells and whistles and brand deals and PR packaging and all of that that's going to come with this is going to be amazing. But that's the purpose that I'm here for. I'm not here for a niche. I'm not here for trending topics, even though sometimes I try to do a little clickbaity something. It hasn't worked. Hasn't worked at all. So I'm just going to do me, which is be a talking head in this space. That's what I do. And that's what I do well, and that's what I love. And I'm glad that you love me. I'm glad that you were here. Thank you for sending me your questions. I hope that you liked my answers to the questions, and keep them coming. Or send me some thoughts or what you want to see on my channel. You know, maybe we can graduate and do a little more. It's kind of hard for me filming like that. But, you know, I could try to sprinkle some things in here and there. You know, I could try to do a little something. I need a DJI gimbal for my phone. That would help. And that's about $130 something right now, which I don't have. I do still need to do my Amazon wish list, which I need help with. So, you know, I know my girl Ange will come to the rescue because she always does. She always does. That's just her. That is her love language, coming to Lexi's rescue, and I appreciate it, and I love it. I love her so much, and I love all of you. You know that I love you plenty. Yappy and I are going to sign out now because this video is over 40 minutes, but I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you come back later. Zoe and I should have a live today, which will be exciting, and I think we're going to try to do it on her channel. I'm not sure because she needs that. So we want to have, you know, do a live together. So hopefully that'll go as planned. We're going to see if we can make it work. And so anyway, I love you guys. I love you plenty. Deuces. Thank you so much for being here with me. 117 strong, and we are just moving. By the end of March, I know we should be 200 and about. I'm going to say we're going to be at 500. I'm just going to put it out there. Put it out in the universe. If you don't put it out there, it's not going to happen. So I'm going to put it out there. We're going to be at 500. Yes, why not? Yappy and I. And we'll still be here. I don't know if my hair will be blue, but we will still be here. Love you plenty. Happy Ash Wednesday.